Alright, so here's a headline that sounds like it was ripped straight out of the onion, but it's real. Donald Trump just announced he's renaming the US Department of Defense to the Department of War. Yes, the Pentagon, the place that already spends more money than the next 10 countries combined, decided defense is too defensive. Trump literally said, "We want to be offensive too." This is not satire, this is not a drill, this is happening. And if you're thinking, wait, the US military is already offensive in every possible way, then congratulations, you've been paying attention. First, a quick disclaimer, this is satirical commentary on the news based on a CNBC report. It's my take, no hate intended. Let's break this down. For over 75 years, America's military headquarters has been called the Department of Defense. Sounds nice, right? Defense. It makes it seem like the US military is just sitting there with a giant Captain America shield, waiting to protect the homeland. But Trump is like, nah, let's call it what it really is. The Department of War. Because if you look at the last few decades, Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, Korea, drone strikes in Yemen, Libya, Syria, it hasn't exactly been about defense. It's been about war, endless war, expensive war, and now Trump was branding to match the product. This is America, rebranding war like it's a fast food menu. We got McChicken, McNuggets, McWar. Would you like some drone strikes with that? And here's the wild part, most of you might not even notice. The US military used to be called the Department of War from 1789 to 1947. That was the official name. Think about it. Back then, America just fought World War I and World War II. Two massive victories. America was on top of the world. The name War Department was a flex. It was like, yeah, we win wars. That's what we do. But after 1945, something changed. The Cold War began. Nuclear weapons entered the chat. America wanted to sound less aggressive, more responsible. So they softened it to Department of Defense. Because defense sounds like you're protecting democracy, freedom, and maybe some golden retrievers. Now Trump wants to roll it back. He literally said this is about reminding people of past victories, like it's a Marvel reboot, Department of War Endgame. Trump's logic is simple. Defense is too defensive. We want to be offensive too. First of all, Donald, we know the US military hasn't been just defensive since George Washington was wearing powdered wigs. Now let's talk numbers. The Pentagon budget is over $850 billion a year. That's more than healthcare, education, and infrastructure combined. That's more than the GDP of Switzerland. And where does the money go? Unless war that costs trillions. Contractors like Lockheed Martin and Raytheon cash in. Fancy weapon systems that sometimes don't even work. You think all that is for defense? No, issue Project Power to be offensive globally every single day. Trump is just saying the quiet part out loud. Now here's what's actually happening. This is branding move. Trump is a branding guy. Trump Streaks, Trump University, Trump Water, Trump Tower, and now Trump War.